Ready, action.
Okay, this is going to be my first of many videos, hopefully. But what I've done today is, let me pull this thing up here for you. Don't mind my trash can in the background. I went out and bought myself a mint plant. Now, if you've been watching my Facebook, I already have mint, but a chocolate mint, and I bought a lemon mint here. So hopefully, as everybody can see, I got myself a pretty good little potting garden here going. Hopefully this will turn out really good. My other mint is doing fantastic. Let's go over here and see that. This is my other mint. As you can see here, it's chocolate mint. It's doing really good, and this is even trimmed back some. As you can see here, snipped off some and made me some mint tea, which is what made me go out and buy another mint plant, and this one's lemon mint, because I wasn't quite happy with the flavor I got from that mint tea. I'm going to be planting some other things. We'll do a video on that as well, kind of all bundle it in one. But yeah, this is how it started off. Today is May 20th, 2026, and we will do a follow along, do an update video in maybe a month or so on how everything that I'm going to plant today and maybe tomorrow is doing so far. So stay tuned. All right, so I have taken a couple of these, I call them dowel rods, is what I call them. I don't know what everybody else calls them, just a wooden stake. Cheap, they're like $1 or 50 cents or something at the hardware store, Hobby Lobby, wherever you get them from. I think I got those were given to me, but I think they came from Hobby Lobby. And I took them, and in my Anaheim peppers here, I went ahead, especially this one. It's got a little bit heavier of a harvest going on. These actually, if you were going to take them and use them the way they are, as green Anaheims, they're perfect and ready to go, ready to pick. I'm going to wait until they ripen up, turn a dark, deep red color. I'm going to take them and smoke them and make my own chili powder, smoked chili powder, or chili pepper powder out of them. And it should be really good. I know a lot of people like call it smoked paprika. It's basically what I'm going to be making. But it was the wind in Oklahoma, really bad. It was causing my plant to fall over, especially with the weight of the peppers on it. This one hadn't quite started falling yet, but it was getting loose. A little bit of root system showing here. I need to prune some of those back, add some soil. But I went ahead and put the dowel rod in there. Should start them right up. I'm going to take a little bit of twine or string. You can use zip ties if you want to. I like to use string. Loosely tie it right around about halfway up the plant, all around the main stem, and just keep it secured there. I might end up having to do that for my serranos as well. This one especially is really blowed over from the Oklahoma wind. They got less protection being farther away from the house. But should be a lot better for those peppers. Let's move on to the next thing at hand, which is getting my oregano planted. We're going with these. I bought a whole bunch of them from a gentleman that had cleared out a marijuana grow house. Got them really cheap, clean them up, and then I've got all my garden stuff planted in them, pretty much with the exception of a few peppers, tomatoes, herbs, and strawberries. But anyway, we're going to get her planted. Okay, so something I like to do in most of my plants, most of my pots, if not all of them, is add something to help with drainage at the bottom of the pot, whether that's gravel, sticks. There's all kinds of different artificial things you can buy to put in there, or pre-made mixes you can put in the bottom. What I do is, my neighbors have a great big old tree in their front yard that drops limbs pretty much all year round, and I break them up and put into the bottom of my pots, and that works absolutely fantastic. Adds a bit of drainage, keeps too much soil from coming out the holes on the bottom, the drainage holes that are on these bigger the bigger drainage holes that are on these pots. So Anyway. Okay, so I put my pot on the ground here. This is the potting mix I'm using. It's Miracle Grow. It's the bigger bag. Fertilizes for up to 6 months. Anyway, says grows plants twice as big. I don't know how true that actually is. We'll see. And then I've used that for everything in my garden. And then I bought this from my local nursery. It's just some, I can't remember what exactly she called it, but it's basically fertilizer that releases over time. And I'll edit the name in of that because I can't remember off the top of my head. I just take a good little pouch of that in my hand, sprinkle it right on top of my soil. I'll take my shovel, my spade, mix it all in, and then dig my hole, add some around the top, and plant my plant. Okay, so we've got our hot and spicy oregano here. I'm just going to show you how I have found is the best way to get these out and planted. So first, you're going to check the bottom, make sure no roots are coming out the bottom. If they are, do your best to untangle them and kind of just align them with the holes. This one has none coming out the bottom, so that's great. Pretty young plant, doing really healthy so far. So what you're going to do is just going to take and just squeeze, rotate and squeeze up and down your little seed pot until you can see at the top that there is gaps in between the plastic and the soil. All right, then you're going to just kind of turn it upside down in your hand, doing your best to hold any soil or fertilizer in, and shake and squeeze a little, and it comes right out. All right, just like that. Then if it's root bound, I like to take some of those roots and kind of pull them out a little bit. This one is not root bound, just enough roots there that it's starting to wear, need to be transplanted. And then I'll take and just set it down in my hole. I like the hole here to be just about level with the top of it. I'll then take a couple more spades of fertilizer, sprinkle right around the top, or not fertilizer, potting mix, sprinkle right around the top, push it all in, compact it, and then I usually have to add some more once it's compacted down. Do your research. Some plants do not like a super tightly packed soil. They like a looser soil. And some actually hate potting mix completely. They prefer almost a gravelly, sandy mixture, such as aloe vera, some cactuses and stuff like that. So do your research. I'm not an expert. Don't take advice from me. I do not claim to be an expert. I'm just out here having fun, having a good time, recording my journey as becoming an amateur gardener. So as you can see, I've come in, put it in the hole, compacted it down around, and it is a lot less soil than I need in here. So what I'm going to do is take my spade, put it all the way around, just compact it down until it just comes up over the lip of this square soil that was in my seed pot. Okay, so I've got mine potted up, just right over the edge. You see that soil goes just right over the edge of where that original potting soil for my seed pot was. Looks really great right in the middle of my pot. This is hot and spicy oregano. I'm really excited about this. I do have some Kent Beauty oregano, but it's more of an ornamental. You can eat it, but it's not made, not bred to eat it. It is more of just an ornamental looker, and it is doing fantastic. We're going to get this watered up here in a little bit, then out and ready to go. Okay, so the next thing on the agenda today is kind of a bit annoying. Unfortunately, it's just what it is. It happens in gardening. There's things that happen. But this is what it is, okay? I have a really good thriving rosemary plant and a not so good thyme plant. And they are in a plastic, supposed to look like clay pot together, rectangular. Really probably planted too close together. But my thyme got overran with an invasive species of plant called dodder. I'm not sure where it came from. It probably came from wherever the nursery bought it from, with it planted in that by accident. It just happens. And then when I got it here, it overgrew my thyme. I thought it was part of the thyme until I did some research, and it was too late. It had already invaded my rosemary. You can get rid of it. It's very hard to do, and it's better just to scratch it and start over, especially this early in the growing season. Here are my thyme and rosemary. You can see my thyme here. Rosemary is doing really good. But you can see these red stringy bits just attacking, and this is after I've cleaned it off a little bit, did a harvest and did some research, and I just decided to throw it away instead of try to eat it. And it's just attacking everything and suffocating it and drawing out the nutrients. And you can see it has really blackened these roots down here on my thyme plant, and just all those red stringy bits are not part of the thyme. And it really just attaches onto anything except for your typical grasses like Bermuda. I don't know a lot about grass, but it will attack any meaty leafed weeds that you have in your yard as well. So if you get it, about the only way to get rid of it in your yard is to bring in a pesticide of some sort, which is really, really bad for you, bad for everybody around you, bad for your yard, bad for your plants in your garden, or to burn it out. So before I knew what this was, I took and was ripping it out of my rosemary and just tossing it over in a small pile in my yard. And these little white bits, little white flowers, are actually the seeds of the daughter itself, which is the name of this invasive species. So it's in my yard now, just in a small spot. And what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to go to the hardware store, get a propane, hook it up to my little propane flamethrower torch, and just burn off a good square all the way around where I threw this daughter by accident, not knowing that it was an invasive species. For two reasons. I don't want it in my yard because it's ugly, and I don't want it in my gardens because it'll kill my plants. So we're going to take these out, trash them, and I have two brand new thyme and rosemary plants right over here that we're going to replace them with. I think I'm actually going to give them each their own pot instead of planting them together, for two reasons. These seeds of this daughter are super strong and hard to get rid of unless you literally burn them. They can literally, if you end up taking them into your house by accident, they can lay dormant in your house for up to 5-6 years from what I understand, and then end up in some of your plants in your house just by accident, and then now you have it in your home, attacking all your herbs in your house. So I'm going to completely junk everything in here. Okay, so I was in the process of planting my rosemary and thyme. My thyme went great, got it planted. I'll show y'all in a little bit, but this is the rosemary, and I kind of thought that it might be this way because of how large the rosemary is compared to everything else that was out there at the nursery. Root bound, okay, and so I don't think it's root bound enough to warrant stressing the plant out more by trying to pull out some of the roots, so that they have better grip getting into the next bit of soil, the new soil they're going into. It's just barely root bound, a fairly good amount, but not enough to worry or anything like that. So I'm just going to put it straight in the way it is, and it should be fine. But I just wanted to show you what a more root bound plant looked like, because it was much harder coming out of that seed pot than anything else has been. Okay, so here we are. We got the rosemary, thyme, and oregano planted, and up by the door we have our mint planted, and this is what they look like. Here's my rosemary, there's my thyme, my oregano. Forgot to put these in the other two, I'll have to do that. Here is my Kent Beauty oregano. It's doing really well, super vibrant green color, and it's actually just starting to put on some blooms for flowers, looks like. And something about the Kent Beauty is they are really, really, really pretty once they bloom. And it's just about time to do that, I think, from the little bit I know about them. And then just over here beside my chocolate mint is my lemon mint. I'm super happy with my chocolate mint. Everything's going great so far with it. It's thriving. Got it pruned back, and hopefully should be growing 2 new branches from right here. You can already see one there is starting to grow, and the other one's bloomed just a touch. And then I got this one planted. It'll be a while before I can harvest from this one, but it shouldn't be too terribly long, as if this was another kind of plant, because mint grows very, very fast. So that's what we got so far. And then just give everybody a quick rundown of everything else that I have, since this is my first video. I've got 4 tomato plants up here. Truthfully, I don't remember what kind they are. I'll have to do some looking and maybe see if I can find out. Got some habaneros. 1, 2, 3. I had a jalapeno in that one, and it ended up dying on me. Another habanero, a hot banana pepper. This one, I believe that one's a jalapeno. And then so are these 2. Then I've got 2 more hot banana peppers, some Anaheim peppers, some strawberries. Those are doing really good. Got some strawberries growing down there. They're about ready to be repotted, especially that one. My cucumbers, which are going to be in the next video, completely getting rid of those. And I've got some new ones over there because these are eat up with a pest of some sort. Believe they're called spider mites. Cilantro that bolted on me and bloomed, and I just cut it right down to the stem and left a few sprouts, and hopefully it'll rejuvenate and come right back and be really good. I've got some dill that I harvested last night and did some pickling with. And then I've got 4, they lost their tag in the process, but I believe they're serranos because I know I got some. And they ended up not being able to find the serranos tag anywhere. And there's a little weed growing. Boop. But that's what I've got, and I'm pretty proud of the way it's come out so far. Thank you so much for watching. This is my first video, like I said, on this channel. It'll be some other things. As you can see, the name of it is Keith's Kitchen, but it'll be gardening, cooking, especially smoking and grilling meats. And maybe some herbal teas and different things, and some pickling as my garden produces and grows. Maybe even some hunting and some fishing. But thank y'all for watching. Come back again hopefully next week, maybe this week, depending on how much time I have, and we will be doing a cucumber repot and get rid of the infested ones.